What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Xbox On. We're going to be making our best attempt to recap everything that was unveiled at this year's Xbox Showcase. Between the new games on the show, the deeper looks we got at upcoming titles, and a ridiculous stack of titles announced for Game Pass. It's way more than we could ever hope to cover in one video, but we're going to try anyway.
We'll kick off with Forza Horizon 5, which is going to be tearing onto Game Pass for console and PC on the 9th of November. The iconic racer is heading to sunny Mexico, where you'll get to enjoy the biggest and most diverse world ever seen in a Forza Horizon game. Leave your opponents in the dust as you shoot through the desert, terrorize a sleepy seaside town, or batter your way through the rainforest. The game's Expedition mode will have you scouring the country, and it all looks incredible thanks to the game's lush 4K display, photogrammetric realism, and ray-traced lighting effects. And they're bringing the fun too with an events lab that lets you cook up whatever weird and wonderful game modes you desire.
There were loads of things that people loved about the original Outer Worlds. The zany sci-fi places that it let you wander, the crazy characters you met there, the biting satire of corporate capitalism run amok, and of course, the many futuristic weapons it let you blow things up with. But the sense of humour might be the thing that won most players over. And from the second game's reveal, we can confirm that the comedic flair will be present in the sequel as well. No clue what else is in there though, because that trailer is pretty much devoted entirely to making fun of trailer conventions. But we're sure they're hard at work on the actual game as well, and aren't just messing with us. Reasonably sure, anyway. Assuming it does actually exist, the Outer Worlds will land on Game Pass on day one.
The rat-infested world of A Plague Tale might not be the place you're most eager to get back to, but thanks to the powerful storytelling and skin-crawling atmosphere of the first game, you probably won't be able to resist either. A Plague Tale Requiem will be arriving onto Game Pass in 2022 for PC and the Series X and S, so expect it to tap into that next-gen hardware to deliver an even eerier experience than the first one. If the in-engine trailer is anything to go by, this is going to be one beautiful horror show of a game.
There is one game that fans have been desperate to know more about, and it's Starfield, Bethesda's first foray into a brand new universe in over 20 years. And it looks like it's going to be quite the voyage. The trailer offered our first in-game look at Starfield's futuristic world, set in what it describes as the beginning of humanity's final journey. With its blend of grounded realism and stargazing fantasy, it looks exactly like the game sci-fi fans have been waiting for ever since they first saw Chewie punch it. And it will be coming, yes, that's right, exclusively to Xbox and PC on the 11th of November 2022.
Easily one of the tentpole events of 2021, Halo Infinite is taking off onto the next generation of hardware. With an eye-melting 120 FPS and a pristine 4K resolution, this is going to be Master Chief's most spectacular adventure yet, and it will maintain those crazy standards even in the chaos of multiplayer. It'll be available day one on Game Pass when it arrives later this year, and best of all, the multiplayer mode will be free to play for everyone, so you'll have plenty of people to pack out your Warthog.
Have you ever played Sea of Thieves and thought, this is great, I'm just like Jack Sparrow? Well, you're in luck, as one of the huge reveals from tonight's showcase was a brand new bit of content for everyone's favourite pirate-themed adventure game. Rare showed off new footage from their collaboration with Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean, including a certain Captain Jack Sparrow up to his usual nonsense, Davy Jones in his all-tentacled glory, and a host of other weird and wonderful characters. We'll hopefully find out more ahead of its launch on June 22nd, but until then, we've been sworn to secrecy. After all, dead men tell no tales.
We've had our eye on Left 4 Dead's gruesome spiritual successor, Back 4 Blood, for a while, but now it's time to get really hyped for it with the reveal that it will be arriving directly onto Xbox Game Pass day one on October 12th. So you can clear out your Halloween plans. The 2021 spooky season is gonna be all about grabbing 3 friends and diving into this grisly co-op shooter. You play as the Cleaners, mercenaries who have united to take on the zombie horde that has overran the planet, which is ironically actually a very messy job. You're sure to get some red on you. Or if you would rather test your mettle against a group of foes with a little higher brain function going in, Back 4 Blood is also boasting an 8-person PvP mode. Definitely one to get excited about.
DICE already blew us away with the reveal of Battlefield 2042, and now that they've come through with a gameplay trailer, yeah, this one's going to be a big deal. Big maps, big battles, big stuff getting thrown around by big tornadoes. Big fun, and definitely looking like one of the best multiplayer games we're going to see on Xbox Series X and S. Check out our in-depth video on the channel where we break down everything about this new, huge upcoming game.
Microsoft Flight Simulator is soaring onto the Series X and S next month, and boy does it look pretty. Between the photogrammetric recreations of landmarks around the world and the eye-watering 4K resolution, it's the perfect way to tour the world in style. And if you're a Game Pass member, the ticket is free. As a result, you might be feeling a certain need. A need for speed? Well, then you're in luck, because this fall, Microsoft Flight Simulator will be greeting the release of Top Gun Maverick with a jet-powered update that won't cost you a dime.
While the Xbox Showcase stopped short of giving anyone actual mind powers, it did give us a glimpse of the future where Psychonauts 2 drops straight into Game Pass and even let everyone pre-install it right away, which is a pretty solid compromise. Double Fine's beloved cartoon platformer will be flexing its brain muscles once again in this long-awaited sequel, and the benefit of sitting a few console generations out is that Raz and his friends now get to make their grand return in true style. The sequel is due out on August 25th, but the original game is available on Xbox Game Pass now too, so you can brush up on your telekinetic know-how while you wait for the next chapter to arrive.
Age of Empires fans are masters of playing the long game, but even they must have been getting a little antsy during the long wait for the series' next game. Fortunately, that wait is almost over, and even more fortunately, Age of Empires 4 will be coming straight to Game Pass on day 1, October 25th. And while we might be stepping back into the Middle Ages, the fourth game is filled with brand new mechanics like wall combat, new civilizations like the Delhi Sultanate, and other additions like honest-to-goodness battle elephants. Get it pre-installed now and prepare for a new age to begin.
The showcase also revealed that the rest of 2021 basically has an elite new title landing on Xbox Game Pass every month, from the star-studded 12 minutes in August to the gruesomely enticing Back 4 Blood in October, right up to when Forza Horizon 5 comes roaring down the track in November. Oh, and I guess you can enjoy the holiday period tearing down the slopes in shredders, or even play a little game called Halo Infinite. Each one of these titles looks amazing, but if you want a real safe bet, we've also got a bunch of established winners on the way, like the critically acclaimed roguelikes, Hades, or the Ultimate Imposter Syndrome Simulator, among us. And that's before we even get into the latest Bethesda drop, which had Fallout 3, The Evil Within 2, and a host of other amazing titles parachuting onto Xbox Game Pass right on the day of the show. Plus, if you look to the horizon, you'll see the likes of Starfield and Stalker 2 arriving to the service on day 1. Simply put, Game Pass has always been incredible value for money, but between the modern classics we've got on the way and the staggering lineup of the massive new releases on the horizon, the back half of 2021 looks set to take it to a whole new level.
And finally, give someone the coolest gift in town this holiday season with the Xbox Series X mini fridge. An object so wonderfully ridiculous it only exists because Xbox did better than Skittles in a poll on Twitter. Taste that rainbow. It may or may not actually be the world's most powerful refrigerator. It may or may not actually boast Xbox Velocity cooling architecture. That may not actually be a real thing now that I mention it, but it sure does look awesome, and it sure does keep things cool.
And that's everything for this year's showcase. Not a bad weekend, eh? Let us know down in the comments what you're most looking forward to and what your favourite game reveal was. Mine was Starfield. And we'll see you next time, guys, alright? Bye-bye.